Today is going to be a battle between beets and carrots. There is 150 carrots. Okay, so the beets, the final count was 90-ish or so beets. I would say the winner is today is going to be a battle between beets and carrots. It's time to harvest them, and I'm excited to see who's going to win. What am I going to get the most reward for my bang for my buck? So the carrots have been planted, and beets, I planted them at the same time on April 4th, 2025. So they've been here for 4 months and they are ready to come out. As you can see, my carrots are doing really good, and they're actually starting to pop out of the ground. You can see them right here. You can see that right there. Oh my goodness, look at these. Do you see them? These huge ones. So they're starting to pop out of the ground, and it's not something that you necessarily want, because you don't want the sun hitting the top of the carrot, because then you can't really eat that part, and it needs to be all covered underground. So it's just saying that it's time. It's time to be harvested. Some of my carrots, I've noticed, have been going to seed. So what that means is they're starting to flower. So the plant is producing these flowers, and it's like, it's the same as Queen Anne's lace. That's the wild version of a carrot. And so these are going to seed. And the reason for that is carrots are biannual, meaning that the first year you'll plant them, but it won't be until the second year that you will get seeds from them. So you would have to dig up your carrots, store them, overwinter them somehow, and then you can plant that same carrot again, and then it will go to seed because it'll be its second year of its cycle. The reason why my carrots are going to seed is this is their first year being planted, but the seeds that I have that I use are very old. Like my seeds are from 2022. 2021, so that's very old for carrot seeds. And I mean, I didn't care this time. I was like, whatever happens happens. So a lot of the carrots went to seed, and these ones, it's not like a viable carrot. It's just like a rootstock. So look, well, look at this little guy. Are these the black swallowtail guys? I don't know, but I don't want to kill him, so we'll just give him a new life. He'll come live on there. Isn't that cool? So look at that. Just me and my friend. Look at that. So I'm 5'2", so this is like 4 feet. So, okay, that's the first carrot. So let me get, I'm gonna get a pitchfork and loosen up the soil around, so then the carrots will be easier to pop up. So let's try that. Okay, I'm ready. So exciting. Okay. Oh, I got a twin. You see that? I got 2 carrots for the price of 1. That's fun. Okay, let's try. Yeah, I did some yellow ones. One of the tricks, it just depends on how loose your soil is. But what you can do is to get a carrot out is if you actually grab it and push down into the ground and then lift it up. Wow, look at that one. This is that yellow variety. They are crazy. Oh my goodness, look at this King Kong right here. Come on. Ready for this? Oh, do you see him? Ready? Oh, look at all the roly-polies. You see that? So I planted an orange variety and I planted a red. Look at that, it's like a grandpa. He's like all these like mustache, gray hairs. So I'm just gonna loosen up the soil. I'm being careful, making sure that I'm a little further from the carrots. I'm just kind of loosening up the soil. This way. The weather is amazing. It's been so hot this summer, and the last few days has been so cloudy and just dreary. So I've been waiting for a nice sunny day that I can come out and do this. And today is the perfect day, and it's nice and cool outside. It's like 72. So it feels amazing. It's almost like fall weather. Okay, I think this is good. Okay, so let's see. So I did, this side was yellow, and then starting here is where I have the orange variety. So, and I can show you the tags later so you can see what I planted. Okay, after I said that, oh man. So look, I don't know what this is. It's like a weird rust or something. The bugs are eating my carrots. All the roly-polies are just going to town. I think this will win for the smallest carrot ever. This should be the Guinness World Book of Records. Smallest carrot ever grown. So one thing that a lot of people say is that it's hard for them to germinate carrots when they plant the seeds, that the seeds dry out. And for me personally, I never had that problem. And I think maybe one of the reasons is because I love watering. Like, once I plant seeds, sometimes I water like twice a day. Like, I come in the morning, water in the evening, because I just I'm so excited for them to germinate, to see them. So, look at that one. Has weird arms over here. That's kind of fun to find funky looking carrots, just seeing what they come up with. So I've never had the problem of carrots not germinating. So, and like, I see people overseed their carrots, like they just throw tons of seeds in a row, and to me that's just so painful for two reasons. First is, why are you wasting so much seed just sprinkling that down the row? And then number two is, you have to thin all that out. Like, you can't leave all the seeds in that place. You will have to go back, pluck, and pluck everything out almost, so then you only have the right spacing for like what a carrot would need. And that is so wasteful and unnecessary to me that I just from the very beginning, oh my word, this is hilarious. Look at this. I love it. Look at that. Little crooked legs. One leg is taller. It would be nice if you would have had even legs. Isn't that fun? I love it. So usually why that happens is, you know, there's probably was a rock or something in the way, probably a tree root. And so as the carrot grew, it hit the tree root, and then it was like pink, and then it just like separated and started growing every which way around the tree root. So anyway, so back to what I was saying about the seeds. That as long as you guys water your seeds, just think of them, you know, at the early stages, you should be fine. You don't have to overseed like crazy, and they should all germinate. And these seeds are even old and they germinated, no problem. So I did have to thin them out, but I didn't plant them like crazy, so I didn't have to thin out as much. Oh, these are big ones. Oh, he brought a friend with him. Look how fat this guy is. So with carrots too, is on the package, you know, it'll tell you how long. Here, let me get a package so I can show you guys. So let me show you. This is what I have. And so these are the seeds. I think I planted some of those. So this is from 2021. But there's still so many seeds left over that I didn't want to waste it. So I was like, you know what? I'll plant them. Look how many seeds are still in there. Do you see that? So I was like, you know what? If they grow good, then good. And if not, then I'll plant some newer ones next to them. And then we'll see what happens. So then I had these that I planted, the Denvers. And these are old too. I mean, they're probably the same year. It doesn't say. Then I haven't opened these, but these are some of the different varieties. So there's yellow carrots. There's your typical orange one. And then there's purple carrots. Right? So a lot of different ones. So like what I was saying with carrots, like it usually tells you days to germinate, like 10 to 25 days, right? That's pretty much how long you have to keep an eye on the seeds, making sure they always stay wet. And then days to maturity, it says 65 to 70 days. That's when they say the carrot will be ready, you know, that you can pull it out. But what I've learned is don't necessarily go by that dates. Like some things take a little bit longer to grow, and it just all depends on how much sun you get. Like right in this area, this is not full sun. Like the sun comes that way, and then by, so like, I don't know what, from like 8 a.m., 7 a.m., it shines, right? And then goes this way. And then by like 3:30ish or so, 4, this area is shaded. So like, so there goes that wasted, you know, time. So that, you know, that they're not getting full sun. So that's what I would take into consideration when you guys plant something and it says like, you know, this many days to maturity. Well, it just depends. So it won't hurt to leave your carrots in a little bit longer, waiting for them to get a little bit bigger. You don't want to let them go way longer, because as you can tell, I'll show you in some of mine, is they're starting to get eaten by bugs, kind of, I don't know, rotting, decaying, and just getting extra hairy and all that crazy stuff. So, you know, you do want to keep an eye on when you harvest them. Continue. Ah! And carrots is another great crop that if you plant, like these I planted in the spring in April 4th. And then, so now it's August. So then I can even plant another set of carrots, even in this spot. And then I can have carrots in the fall. So they can even stay in the ground. So if I plant them now, August, September, October, November, even maybe December, they can still be in the ground and you would still have enough time for them to grow. And they're actually, if they stay through a first frost, like past October for us in zone 6B, that the carrot will taste a little bit sweeter. It won't be quite as, you know, bitter as or whatever as it normally would, but it actually tastes a little bit sweeter when it goes through first frost. I had that a few years ago. I did that. I had fall carrots. I don't think I'm gonna plant carrots this year in the fall just because I'm picking them so late and I'm gonna have so many of these that I don't need to do that. I'll have plenty. The way that I've been trying to store these, yeah, see, I think these are the rainbow carrots because there's like a little purpley one. So I think I did plant that as well. So the way I've been storing these carrots is I clean them off, clean the dirt off of them, and then I cut off the tip part of the carrots, and then I just store the carrots in a cardboard box with wood shavings. I think I've done it with sand. I can't remember if that worked as well. It worked okay, but I think the wood shavings, I like that better because it holds moisture and your carrots can last longer. They will get like a little bit soft, you know, but you can't have it all. I mean, I'm storing them in the garage. I don't have a root cellar. If you have a root cellar, then you can have them store for a really long time. But out here in the burbs, in the suburbs, I'm just gonna use my garage. I was telling my husband the lifestyle that we're wanting to live doesn't match the area that we live in. We're trying to be farmers over here, growing our own food. There you go. Ooh, these are some fatties. That's a lot of carrots. Philip, are you gonna eat some carrots with me? You're gonna help me eat those? You like them roasted. Oh no! The top came off.
Time for a snack.
Is this ASMR thing? How does it taste actually? Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Look, there's the woody stem. So this is why you don't want them going to seed. It actually tastes good on the sides. But yeah, you don't want to eat that woody part.
Almost like a corn dog. Carrot dog.
Oh my word, Philip. Here, you gotta come help me. Okay. Just pull it straight up.
You have to unscrew
The light bulb. Cool. Thank you. Ooh, these are like baby ones. They actually look good. They're not as hairy and they look more normal. Oh yeah. These will be the ones for my picture. Okay, last one. You ready? Oh, big one. Can't get him out. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Philip, I need you. This breeze feels amazing. So nice out.
Wow.
Whoa, that is super long. See, I knew that had to be really long.
How long that is.
Cool. Old Yeller.
Yeah, it's all green.
Okay. Okay, carrot harvest is done. There is 150 carrots. So I love it. I'm happy with how they turned out. There's a few of them that have like, I don't know, I think it's from my pitchfork. So they have a little bit of pitchfork damage. And then a few of them were like tiny. I mean, I don't know what that's about. Like these, even though they've been in the ground for 4 months. But this one's my favorite. Isn't that pretty? That one, and then where's our Old Yeller? Is it this one right here? Maybe not. I don't know. This one's probably longer. But look how tall this is. So the yellow variety is they're like longer carrots. So these are some of my favorite ones. So love it. So now we're gonna go harvest the beets. Okay, now it is beet harvest time. And same thing as my carrots. The beets have been here for 4 months. I planted them on April 4th. And the beets are literally harvesting themselves. They are coming out of the ground. They're just like, get me out of here. So if you come look, look at that. They are just harvesting themselves at this point. We have to see my hands to see like the size of it. Oh, I don't want them. Look at that. You see that? So that's going to be an easy harvest. I'm not going to need a shovel or a pitchfork. I just plop and they're out. So I planted my beets. Oh, look at that. It looks so good. I love beets. This is like my Russian heritage showing through because I'm gonna pickle them, and I have this awesome potato recipe that I'm gonna make with pickled beets. So I'll have to do a video on that later for you guys to see. But that's my plan in planting so many beets, is I'm gonna pickle them all. I I eat a few of them fresh, you know, like roast them, but I don't enjoy that as much as pickled. Pickled beets, I can eat that all day, and actually our kids love it too. Just like as a side dish, you can, you know, whatever the meal you have, and then have pickled beets on the side. So good. So look at these. Look how big these are. They're like potatoes. They look like. Look at the size of them. Look at that. Like big potatoes. So when I planted these beets, I didn't thin them out. I basically just gave them enough room that they can kind of grow on their own. So like for example, here you can see it's like a clump of 3, and they will just find room. Like he will push away from this way, and then he'll push that way, and they'll just find room. They will make room. So like here you can see I have actually like 4 or something. So these didn't do anything, but like see, they will just take their time, and when they're ready, they're ready. Oh, these are so good. With beets too, is you don't want them to get too, you don't want them to be in the ground too long, because they will start getting woody. Like they're not gonna taste as like young and tender and just, I don't know, just not as good. And so you want to make sure you get them out before they're in there too long. That's a onion that never. Oh, maybe he'll make seed next year. Let's try it. Put him in there. Okay, I have to stay focused and not weed. I really want to weed my bed. So here I want to show you guys. So I have beets and carrots here, but so beets, I love Early Wonder, and then I finished them. They're not here, but I love Cylindra. I love those like cylinder long beets. Those are my favorite. They're so yummy for pickling, especially the Cylindra. They're like they're the best because you just like pickle them whole. So some of the other ones are these ones, the Touchstone Gold. I've planted those before. So I gotta buy more of the Cylindra seeds. But look, let me show you. So like this is the Cylindra or a Cylindra. I can't remember how I call them. And then so all these are those actually. So see how they can get like really fat and tall. Oh, look at that big one. Look at that. And these are the Early Wonder top. They're more rounded. Like see? See the difference? So you have these, and then these are more rounded. Like that. So like when you see it at the grocery store, this is kind of what you are used to. And these, look how long, look how tall. These are my favorite. So yes, I'm excited to pickle them and make my Russian potato salad. It's called vinaigrette, and I'm gonna make that. Usually I make that close to like wintertime when it's cold outside. Can't wait. Okay, let me clean up a little bit. Ooh, That's a lot of beets, Philip. Have I had that many beets before? I'm like overwhelmed thinking I gotta do something with all these. Yikes. So I planted these. They were here before my tomatoes were planted. So like all along kind of this way, I had beets planted, and so they got lots of sun and had lots of time to grow. And then by then the tomatoes got bigger and took over. With beets, you have to plant lots, I feel like, to even get a decent amount. Because like, look at all these. They're like not even worth mentioning. These are good. Look how round these are. This is the early wonder, early tall, is that what they're called? And I don't know if you guys are wondering this when I say it or not. Like, why does she keep saying all these different names? Like, who cares what variety it is and what this is and that? Beets are beets. And I used to think that too, until you start having favorites and you're like, oh, cylinder, that's my favorite. So then the name does matter. So when you're trying to plant a specific variety, then you're like, that's what I want that, you know? So they're not all the same. It's like, should I compare it to humans? It's like Susan's not the same as Rachel, and Rachel's not the same as Mary. They're all different. So, and you can decide who your best friend is. Okay. Oh my goodness, I have so many beets. What am I going to do with them? This is just one. I need to get another container. Okay, so that side is finished with beets. We're going to go to this side. And to tell you the truth, I'm starting to get a little bit overwhelmed with how many beets I planted, because like, look at that. Look at that pile. We get distracted by nature, God's creation. So as you can see, this is my pile that I have here. And that looks like a lot of beets. So that's the part about growing plants, is it's one thing to grow them, but then it's another thing to then do something with them. So then now that I grew all those beets, like, what am I going to do with them? You can only eat so many of them fresh. So you have to learn how to preserve them. And I am excited to pickle them. Beets. I'm actually excited to harvest these because I'm kind of ready to get my garden beds to look clean again. They've all been so messy. Time to start cleaning out again. August is one of those times that I get kind of excited, like, okay, I gotta clean out my beds. Stuff been growing in here for so long, like I'm ready to start pulling things out, harvest, get it all clean. But then part of me is like very depressed, is like, oh no, fall is coming, gardening season is closing to the end, it's coming to the end. So both emotions here. I don't want it to end. So this got shaded more, as you can see. Look at all these little babies. So these got shaded. Yeah, sad. So now I know not to plant on that side. See it? Whoa, look at this big one. He was one of those ones that was harvesting himself. He was so big. He's not waiting on me. He's coming out. Okay. Oh, there's a big fat. Look at this. Look how fat this guy is. You see him? Okay, a few more. Hello. Oh, you gotta come look at these two. Look. You see that? There's barely anything holding them in the ground, just like their taproot. They're just all coming out. While I'm here, I gotta weed. Look at that. That's like the size of a carrot. That's crazy. Look at that. That's literally like three of regular size beets of those cylindra. Okay. That's it. Okay, now we're gonna go see who won. Let's go. Oh, call me Russian babushka, Russian grandmother. Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna pick the biggest ones, and I'm gonna take a picture with them. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Like that. Love it. Okay, so the beets, the final count was 90-ish or so beets. Some of them were a little small, so we didn't count them, you know. They didn't grow as big. So the takeaway is some of the lessons learned. The area that I had them planted at this year, they got a little bit shaded out. So this was the first time that I tried out this new spot, and now I know. Part of the area was good, but then in the middle it got shaded out. So the carrots did great. Happy with them. The planting time was perfect, was April 4th. Sometimes I plant them in March, but April was fine. They had plenty of time to grow. The only thing with the carrots is I would have liked them to harvest them a little bit earlier. But like I say in every video, I feel like recently is like we were on vacation. So the whole month of July we were gone. So I couldn't harvest them earlier. So, but I'm happy with them. They look great, nice and big. So this was the battle of carrots, beets versus the carrots. And I have a winner. a personal favorite, but just the size of some of them that surprised me. And I would say the winner is beets. I have to go with my Russian heritage of loving beets so much. I would say that beets are the winner. Like, look at them. So these are some of my prized ones that I picked, some of the bigger ones. Like, look at the size of these. And then look at the size of these carrots. And there's lots more where that came from. So I'm happy. I'm happy with it. Glad to have them out of the ground. And now is the hard part of dealing with all these. The carrots, I'm going to clip the tops off. And I'm going to store them in our garage in a cardboard box with some wood shavings to try to preserve them. I'll have some in the fridge, but I mean, there's only so much room in the fridge for us. And then the beets, they're all going to be pickled. So I can't wait. So for now, I will cut off the tops of them as well, the greenery of the beets. And I'm going to put them in plastic bags and store them in the fridge. So then that way they stay nice and hard. Otherwise, if I just like leave them out in the garage, they're going to get all mushy. So the beets right away, and the carrots, they right away have to go in the garage until I'm ready. Sorry, in the fridge. They got to go in the fridge until I'm ready to deal with them. So that's it. Thanks for following along. The battle of beets versus carrots. Out. It's a battle of beets versus carrots. Let's go.